afternoon from Goodison Park. Granada television cameras making their first visit here of the season to see Everton play Queen's Park Rangers in the First Division. And an Everton side still affected by injuries, affected particularly at fullback and in midfield, where there's no Howard Kendall nor any Colin Harvey. They, though, will look for goals up front from Joe Harper, who's already scored 3 this season, and with Scotland due to play Czechoslovakia in a vital World Cup game on Wednesday week, a goal or 2 from him this afternoon would do his chances no harm. One of the people he'll have to get past is Ian Evans, who comes into the Queen's Park Rangers side for the first time after breaking a leg in November, and he gets his chance in this lineup because of injuries too. Frank McClintock has still to play his first game since signing for Rangers from Arsenal, and this morning both the regular fullbacks, Clement and Watson, failed fitness tests, so there's been some reshuffling in defence there. But it's up front where Queen's Park Rangers have looked impressive this season. Certainly they looked very good there when I saw them on Monday night. And 3 players in that front line returning to the northwest. Dave Thomas from Burnley, Don Givens, once of Manchester United, and Stan Bowles, who 6 years ago this weekend burst into soccer with Manchester City. He came on as a substitute against Leicester, in fact in midweek in the League Cup, and scored twice. He kept his place for his league debut 3 days later against Sheffield United and scored 2 more. But then he drifted away to Bury, Crewe, and suddenly found himself again. Carlisle bought him, and eventually Queen's Park Rangers paid £110,000 for him, and he made his debut for Rangers a year ago this weekend against Nottingham Forest and scored again. Now that's not a bad record. Ray Tosland from Kettering in Northamptonshire is the referee. He's just had a quick check that everybody else is ready. The time at 3 o'clock, and it's Everton who kick off. And a quick identification for those of you watching in black and white: Queen's Park Rangers, who are in their alternate strip today, that's to say red shirts, are in the dark socks. And also white collars to their shirts. So this is McLaughlin for Everton, Harper, Connolly and the linesman flagging for a foul, and Mr. Tosland going across maybe to administer a little warning, I think, to Mancini. Everton beaten twice this season and Queen's Park Rangers once. 7 was Thomas. Darracott with the throw, leaving it for Bernard. Evans giving it to Venables, very much the spring in this machine. Thomas. Dave Thomas back in the side after injury. Gillard. This is David Lawson, the Everton goalkeeper. Connolly. Joe Royal and Mancini up together, and it's eventually Evans who only half clears, and the shot goes wide from Henry Newton. Henry Newton, who's been boxing and coxing between fullback and midfield, today in his midfield position. Phil Parkes, his 4th season with Queen's Park Rangers. Now McLaughlin, I think, may feel there that Bowles made a back for him. Bowles certainly didn't jump. McLaughlin found himself up in the air and going over the top. Good jump by Givens, but he didn't make contact. Leach was the man behind him, and he didn't either. Foul by Royal, arm across Mancini's shoulders. Gillard. And right through to Gibbons. And Newton's ball up the right. It was a nice looking ball. The only problem was there was nobody there for Everton. Venables, Thomas. That really was dangerous kicking by Darracott. Studs whizzed across Thomas's nose. Thomas taking it all in good humour. Venables with the free kick. Leach. It's Gibbons rather. And that could be in. No, it's cleared off the line. Cleared by Kenyon. Cleared by Hurst. But Gibbons really looked dangerous then. Now Thomas. Flag for offside. Referee allowed play to go on. Touched on by Bowles for Thomas. Well, probably the best place for it while they all cool down. John Hurst finally thumping it away. Francis with the throw-in to Gillard. And now Francis with some space. Newton for Everton. Harper slipping it on, meant for Connolly, but it didn't work. Thomas. Taken away from him by McLaughlin. Mancini to Gillard. Offside. Ball never stopped. Mancini with his arm hooked round Royal, but Royal won the header. Clearance by Francis. And trouble here between Francis and McLaughlin, which Venables saw very quickly, and I think was moving in as a peacemaker. What is Mr. Toseland going to do? Talk to his linesman for a start. Francis still down on the ground. Mr. Toseland brings out his book. Deep in conversation with Terry Venables. I wouldn't like to guess who was booked there. Maybe no. That may well be the only booking, in fact, Jerry Francis. There was a long conversation there between Mr. Toseland and Terry Venables, but Venables is a pretty loquacious character, the author of quite a good novel about football, so maybe he was just collecting material for the next one. Play restarting with a throw into Rangers. Givens. And he's into the area, and Kenyon read the danger, but the whistle has gone for a free kick for obstruction. Hurst getting across Givens' line as he cut into the penalty area, but the speed of this winger has caused what danger there has been to Everton. Venables the man behind the ball, Bowles is with him, and there are 5 Rangers forwards, or 5 Rangers players in the penalty area to cross to. The cavalry charge out wasn't quick enough, and Queen's Park Rangers were caught offside. Not all of them, but about 3 of them. Evans' header. Bernard. Hurst. Recovered well. Darracott. Goalkeepers it should be, and is. Gillard. Kenyon to McLaughlin. Hazel. Givens. Francis outside him. Bowles just behind, now moving forward as Venables comes through. Gillard. 4 Rangers players lined across the edge of the box. Gillard tried a shot, and on second thoughts, perhaps he's wishing he'd tried a cross. Two minutes to go for the 45 minutes to be up, but we've had a number of stoppages. Could be as much as 3.5 minutes. Bernard, nice little flick on by Royal again. Hazel. Bowles. Francis. Venables. Powerful header by Kenyon. McLaughlin. That was Mancini, and Givens was offside. Ball returned by Thomas. Header by Harper to Royal. Bernard. Darracott. Thomas read that well. Bowles. McLaughlin. Newton didn't get there, and that really should have been offside, but the linesman didn't put the flag up, and it's going to go in, or is it? It's just past the post. Now the linesman has put his flag up. Exchange of apologies there between Givens and the linesman. I think the linesman may have realised he was a bit late with his flag, but it certainly looked offside to me. And there's the shot, just drifting an inch outside the post. Gillard, back again by Lyons. Goalkeeper can pick it up at his leisure. One for Harper to chase, Hazel, Evans and Parks. And there's the half-time whistle, no goals, and a good deal of frustration and disappointment for the crowd here at Goodison Park. Number 11, Don Gibbons, has come as close to scoring as anybody, but his one real shot was cleared off the line. Players on both sides have disappointed with their control of the ball. The game's been played at a pretty fast pace, and that requires the finest skills in control, and in a number of cases, well, the teams came back to a reception that was somewhat short of rapturous, but maybe they're resolved to do better in this second half. It's Rangers who kick off, remember, in the dark socks and with the white collars to their shirts. If the history books mean anything, this really shouldn't be a 0-0 draw. They've only played each other 4 times before in the league. Everton have won 3 times, 1-0, 3-0 and 4-0, and the remaining match was a 4-all draw. So let's see what Queen's Park Rangers can offer from this Dave Thomas corner. It's their first corner of the game. Mancini is up, so is Evans. The ball's bouncing loose. Evans rebounding into the hands of Lawson. Garracott aiming for Connolly. Connolly had come in too far from the line. Hazel. Royal for Harper. This looks more promising. Toe from Mancini. Kick clear by Venables. Kenyon for McLaughlin. Now Hurst. Royal. Touch on by Harper. Connolly couldn't get there. It was cleared by Hazel. Thomas. Leach. He was fouled. Lions penalised, free kick to Queen's Park Rangers. Bowles. Nice little back heel. Can Francis keep it in? Can, but he can't keep it under control. Connolly. This looks promising. That had to be a sandwich. Could see it coming all the way. Venables angry, claiming that he played the ball, but it was unquestionably a foul, because as Venables went to play the ball, Hazel came in from the other side, and that was bound to upend Connolly. Jimmy Husband is warming up on the far touchline, the Everton substitute. Newton to try once more. He's at least more positive in intention, but Newton shakes his head, knowing that it was swinging always away from that near post. And again we've got an injured player, and we're going to have a substitution. Bernard being called off and Husband coming on. The injury there is Leach.
The Everton substitute, Jimmy Husband.
And there's Jimmy Husband now, wearing the number 12 shirt, having a word with Henry Newton. No doubt come on with some instructions about the way Billy Bingham wants the side reshaped tactically. So 2/3 of this game gone. Without wishing to be offensive, I can't say that many people will miss it. That's the Everton bench. And you could match those long faces on the Queen's Park Rangers bench. There they are. Gordon Jago with the spectacles, the Queen's Park Rangers manager. Bowles. Thomas flips it through, but it was well read by Kenyon. Husband to Newton. Hurst. Intercepted by Mancini. Venables didn't quite carry to Thomas. Darracott to Newton. Coughlin's made it, and he's being handed off by Hazel. The referee has given the free kick. Well, they've gone to take the corner, and the corner's been given. Well, that at least was a save by the goalkeeper from Joe Royle. Venables. Venables' control lets him down. Header by Gibbons. Hurst back to his goalkeeper. Francis. It's two straight. Connolly. Lyons. Mancini away. Thomas. Dear oh dear oh dear. Darracott. Royle to Connolly.
Those youngsters off the pitch, please. Come on, off the pitch, lads. Off the pitch, please.
A really superb goal. The ball comes out to Connolly, and it's a very good hard cross he hits, and a magnificent diving header by Lyons. Parks did well to get his hands to it, but he couldn't keep it from going into the net.
You're off the pitch straight away, please.
And that really is like finding a diamond in a coal mine. Quarter of an hour to go. 1-0 to Everton. Husband. McLaughlin. Newton. Evans header. Lyons. Harper going out to take the corner. Kenyon coming forward. Aim for Kenyon's head. Royal trying to get round under it. Touched over the bar by Parks, but before that he'd been fouled by Royal, who really looked as though he just jumped and didn't really jump for the ball. Givens. Darracott, Mancini, Thomas. Darracott. They're suggesting it should go all the way back to the goalkeeper. Venables with Francis going right. Hazel was there too, but Connolly it was who cleared into touch. Francis. Still Francis for Bowles. It's away for a corner. But it was good defensive work again by Kenyon. Thomas with the corner, and he can try again. Rangers now with 7 men clustered in and around the penalty area. Now here we've got a chase on. Gillard looking over his shoulder, but he was always a yard clear of Harper. Evans. Bowles to Leach. Left for Venables. Mancini. Husband dispossessing him. Lyons to Connolly. Pass that he tried earlier and this time gets right. Connolly. Over Mancini's outstretched leg. And Mancini will get a booking. Second Rangers player to be officially cautioned. France is in the book in the first half. Henry Newton, who has scored goals from this kind of position, from dead ball kicks. Very clear view of his line there. This time across for Lyons' head. Royal under this, he was pushed. The linesman flagged, but he's signalling play on. Looked to me as though Royal was pushed then. Bowles. Francis. Bowles. Venables. Hazel to Thomas. Newton and Husband takes over. McLaughlin is down. John McLaughlin touching his chest, I think. He was winded once before in the game. Stuart Imlach coming to have a look at him. Mike Lyons, who brought this game to life with that fine diving header. Scored only 2 goals last season, but has played in all Everton's matches so far this season, and I would think on the strength of that must be reasonably sure of keeping his place. So McLaughlin is all right again, and Venables takes the throw-in. Under 10 minutes on my watch now, but there'll be some to add on. Connolly. Harper outside him on his left. Harper was offside. Electronic scoreboard has just shown that a horse called Joe's Dream has won down at Newton Abbot. I think Joe's Dream might well come up here and cheer us up. Royal has been trying hard enough. Bowles. Thomas was fouled. Free kick to Queen's Park Rangers. Four is Venables, 10 Bowles, 7 Thomas. 4 men at the back of the penalty area, a 2-man wall, Lawson covering the far post. Gibbons coming in, Mancini too. Good work by Lawson, got across fast then, pushed the ball round. And in fact he went off for a goal kick. I think he may have pushed it back onto Mancini. That cheer, nothing to do with play here. It's the fact that Birmingham have gone 1 up on Liverpool. Darracott. Harper. Husband. Royal. Turned away by Parks, and well turned away. And the last quarter of an hour of this game, bringing the goalkeepers into action and redeeming to a certain extent much of what's gone before. Connolly. Royal. McLaughlin into touch. Foul given against Connolly. Thomas. McLaughlin looking for his goalkeeper. Good, hard, accurate pass finds him. Perfectly justified in that situation. Royal. Husband couldn't quite get the touch. Francis. Venables. Husband out to Connolly. Bowles. Still Bowles. And he goes over Hurst's leg. Francis. Evans. Royal. Offside. Harper was offside. 5 minutes plus injury time to go. Husband finding Connolly. Newton. Leach. Kenyon. Lyons. McLaughlin. Nice little back heel for Newton. Royal. Connolly. Lyons got a bounce back off the referee. Newton. Let it be taken away from him by Thomas. Lyons wins it back. Royal. Mishit. Newton hitting the diagonal ball for Harper to chase. Gillard goes with him and concedes a corner. No, foul has been given for an infringement by Harper on Gillard. Darracott asking for the throw, the linesman agrees. Straight up in the air by Mancini. Francis, Newton for Everton, Leach for Rangers, Venables, Givens. The whistle had gone for handball. Givens controlled it with his arm. Royal. Back to Connolly. Rangers throw, and it may well be the last throw. Mancini clears, bowls. Leach going through the middle. This is Leach, and the whistle has gone, and Everton have won their second victory of the season. Queen's Park Rangers' second defeat of the season, and Lyons' goal was the deciding factor. So Everton win by 1-0.